Good afternoon, Shrewsbury. We live in a world of lies, and it's time for us to wake up to the truth. Did you know that the Guardian says that we are living in the era of global boiling? Can you tell how hot it is? It's hot, isn't it? This summer, it's pretty hot, isn't it? Global boiling. We don't need to go away, do we? To catch the sun, we can stay right here. We can stay right here. Global boiling, they call it. The UN's calling it global boiling. The change on global warming. They used to call it global warming, then they changed it because of the snow that happened all over the world. They thought, oh dear, well, it's not actually heating up, is it? And so they changed it to climate change. But now they're calling it global boiling, because it's getting pretty boiling, isn't it? It's getting pretty boiling. I'm sure once you get home, later on, you're going to put your sunbed out, sit in the garden and enjoy yourself in the sun, sipping on a Coke or something like that. Friends, I tell you, it's time. It's time, isn't it, for us to believe something else other than the mainstream news. Come on, the mainstream, are we going to believe everything that we hear on the mainstream? If the mainstream media says millions of people die, everyone believes it, and then millions of people are dying, and the mainstream media doesn't say anything about it, and so no one believes that anyone's dying. Friends, everyone believes in the mainstream media today. God, it's time for us to wake up, friends. Why do we have to listen to the lies? Why do we have to listen to the propaganda? You know, we believe in propaganda for other parts of the world, don't we? Like China, Russia, and places like that. But then for us, for some reason, we say, well, no, propaganda doesn't exist. Television, everything I hear on the BBC and Sky News, that's all true. That's all true. Let's come on. Are we going to wake up? Are we going to wake up to the reality that we are being lied to? We are being deceived on a daily basis. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up and smell the truth. Can you hear the truth? There was a man who came 2,000 years ago, which, by the way, now this was in Richard Dawkins. You know Richard Dawkins, the famous atheist? He wrote in The God Delusion, his book, that Jesus never existed. He was challenged, you can watch this on YouTube, he was challenged in an interview about this statement that he made, and in the end he retracted it. In the interview he said, okay, I'll take that back. Jesus existed. But it's in his book now. It's in his book for everybody to read. You pick it up in W.A. Smith, and it says Jesus didn't exist. Well, he's retracted that statement. He said, oh, Jesus did exist. I take that back. Well, that's Richard Dawkins for you. By the way, he's a cultural Christian now. Did you know? He's a cultural Christian. He's rejected Christianity, he's rejected God. But Richard Dawkins, the famous atheist, he says, I am a cultural Christian. I'm not making this up, mate. This is what he says. This is what he said in an interview. I'm a cultural Christian. Oh, by the way, he believes in the possibility of intelligent design. Richard Dawkins, he believes in the possibility of intelligent design. He says he's a cultural Christian. This is Richard Dawkins. He says he's a cultural Christian. And he also takes back what he said in his book about Jesus never existing. He said, Jesus actually does exist. I take that back. So, I mean, Richard Dawkins, I don't know, is he a Christian? Maybe he could become the next Archbishop of Canterbury. I don't know, friends, but these people are lying to us. They are deceiving us into believing a certain kind of way. Friends, there are no atheists. There are no atheists in this world. There are just people that are living under a delusion. Denialists. There are denialists. Friends, we came from God. We came from God. You didn't come from a heavy monkey, friends. Come on, don't look down on yourself. You're far too beautiful for that. Friends, come on, you came from God. Don't believe the lies of Charles Darwin. Don't let Darwin make a monkey out of you, friends. It's time for us to turn back to God, our Creator. It's time for us to turn back to God, our Creator. We were made in the image of God. In the image of God we were created, friends. There's no gender confusion when we come to God. It's time for us to turn back to Jesus. Come on, friends, because this world doesn't know what the truth is anymore, does it? It doesn't know what the truth is. It doesn't even know what a woman is, does it? The world doesn't even know now what a woman is because we've rejected God. And so we've just gone mad, haven't we? We just think we can identify as a dog. People identify as dogs, don't they? They identify dogs or cats, and we're not allowed to say anything about that, because otherwise we're bigots or something like that. Because the world's gone mad, hasn't it? The world has gone mad. But friends, there is a truth. There is still a truth out there. Jesus said, I am the truth. And 2,000 years ago, he came into the world, and he said, the reason I came The reason I came was to testify to the truth, and all those who are on the side of truth listen to my voice. Friends, there's got to be some truth in this world, hasn't there? Come on, we can't just be living a complete and utter lie, can we? Come on, friends, let's wake up. Let's open the door. Jesus said, behold, I stand at the door and knock. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with him and he with me. It's time for us to have a spiritual meal together with God before we die, friends, because it's been given to us to die once. It's been given to us to die once and then to face the judgment, because the Bible says all of us have sinned. All of us have sinned, friends. We know it's true, don't we? I'm guilty, you're guilty, we're all guilty, friends. We are all guilty before God, but God sent his Son, Jesus Christ.